New developments in the Shasta County courthouse flood closure, when the second floor should be back in business.
Plus, local farmers give a final plea to voters about why they oppose Prop 50. We break down the arguments against the ballot measure.
And changes are coming to downtown Chico, how the city aims to make the new and somewhat controversial parking kiosks easy to use.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Just less than a week away from California's special election with Prop 50 on the ballot, determining if the state's U.S. representative districts will be redrawn.
So the proposed new map would give Democrats an advantage by making 5 of the newly drawn districts, including more Democratic voters than Republicans. That's the one closer to us here, and the map over our shoulders. Now, the new map compared to the old one, you can see it right there.
There it is. Now, the change would impact District 1, which currently is the district for most of Northern California in the valley, including Butte, Glen, Tehama, Shasta, and Modoc counties. If Prop 50 passes, it would move Shasta and Modoc counties out of District 1 and into District 2. People from the agriculture community voiced their concerns about Prop 50 in a news conference today.
And Action News Now reporter Bea Barbosa has been following the potential impacts on rural Northern California. Bea, you heard from those on both sides of this issue today.
Yes, Haley, opponents of Prop 50 expressed concern that the ballot measure could have rural communities without representation in Congress. About 30 people gathered at the Butte County Farm Bureau this afternoon. Congressman LaMalfa said he worries that if Prop 50 passes, a Bay Area representative wouldn't understand agricultural priorities.
It's an American concept. People you send that come from your area, from your background, that know your voice. How do you expect Marin County, who the folks down there, they have their belief systems, and I'm sure they mean well by it, but they're completely opposite of what we're trying to do.
The chair of the Butte County Democratic Party supported Prop 50 in a statement that said, in part, quote, "If unchecked, this current administration will continue to dismantle American institutions and erode American norms and values. California is taking this bold action to fight back against this corrupt Republican regime in Washington," end quote. When asked to respond to proponents of the ballot measure saying this is being done to balance out redistricting in Texas, Congressman LaMalfa said the Texas legislature was instructed to do mid-cycle redistricting by the Department of Justice and that the Texas legislature is not violating its own state constitution. In California, the Commission for Congressional Redistricting traditionally makes changes as part of the state constitution. He says while the Texas maps were drawn in favor of Republicans, other states have gerrymandered maps to favor Democrats.
All right, thank you, Bea. And if you'd like to read the Butte County Democratic Party's full statement, we're going to put that for you on our website.
Thanks, Bea. New developments now regarding the Barry R. Kirshner Wildlife Sanctuary in Butte County. The Butte County District Attorney Mike Ramsey says it is closed for good and all the animals cared for there have been seized. Ramsey says it all stems from an investigation that we told you about back in January of last year. Officials say there was not enough evidence to move forward criminally, but the Department of Fish and Wildlife used its regulatory powers to pull the sanctuary's permits to operate. We did reach out to Kirshner. A representative confirmed that the sanctuary's license was not renewed with the Department of Fish and Wildlife and that they no longer possess any permitted animals. They said in part that they express gratitude for 30 years of love and support from the community and that they look forward to telling their side of the story at a later date.
Well, we continue our coverage of breaking news tonight where law enforcement is responding to that rollover crash on Highway 99 right at the Neal Road intersection in the southbound lane there. It's caused significant traffic delays for people headed south. And Action News Now reporter Sade Pullen has been there for hours. She joins us live there right along Neal Road. Sade, do we have any updates since 5:30?
The only update that I have is that the white Lexus was towed, and I did speak to the family just to reassure that they are okay, and they did tell me that they are okay, and they just left about 15 to 30 minutes ago. So for those that didn't see 5:30, there was a rollover crash. A green Honda was driving southbound this way going towards Orville, and a white Lexus was in front of them. The driver and Officer Kraft with CHP, California Highway Patrol, tells me that the white Lexus unexpectedly stopped at a yellow to red light. And when they broke hard like that, the green Honda tried to swerve out of the way to avoid crashing right into them. When they tried to swerve, they end up clipping the back of the white Lexus, causing them to roll over. I spoke to both people that were in both cars. They say they have no injuries. Officer Kraft reassured me that there has been no injuries, but he did say an investigation is pending on who caused the crash, and they did just clear up the scene about 30 minutes ago, so traffic is moving pretty smoothly. But when I did first arrive here, it was very much backed up, but luckily there is no injuries reported at this time. Live in Butte County, Sade Pullen, Action News Now.
All right, thank you, Sade. And again, we'll continue to track breaking news for you, and if you don't have it, you can download the Action News Now app for the latest information.
Now a live look from the Alert California Ballard Ridge camera in Modoc County. That's a beautiful shot, not one we see very often.
God, yeah, I love it.
Lots of different kind of landscapes in our area, though, aren't there?
Northern California is the place to live. Yeah. It's fantastic, and Howie would know. He's been here, for almost 2 years now?
Almost 2 years. Absolutely beautiful weather. I know we get the rain in the winter, and when it's not raining, absolutely perfect. Kind of like today, where we were above average by more than 15 degrees, still sitting close to 80 in a good portion of the valley. Up in Chester right now, we're at 68, 59 in El Cheras, cooling down. Magalia right now, Quincy right now at 67 degrees. We were a little breezy earlier. We had some winds gusting about 20 miles per hour. Winds coming down a little bit at the moment. For the most part, on the lighter side. Now, looking ahead, we're looking at more sunshine, warm weather, but eventually some storms are going to break through and push away this high-pressure ridge, cooling us down and delivering us some showers that we'll talk about coming up in just a few minutes from now.
Thanks, Howie.
Well, a day after resigning from her position, former Tehama County District 3 Supervisor Patty Nolan is speaking out. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield has the latest.
In court on Tuesday, Patty Nolan settled with the Tehama County District Attorney's Office, not only resigning immediately from her elected position, but also promising to never run for supervisor in Tehama County again. The Board of Supervisors also agreed to pay nearly $140,000 for Nolan's attorney fees.
I'm okay with that. Not only that, I think she should sue them for defamation of character.
Her resignation came just a day before her trial, a result of grand jury accusations including that Nolan secretly recorded confidential meetings, removed confidential personnel materials, and drank on the job. But some constituents are not happy about how it all went down.
I don't think we'd have gotten to this point if it had been handled a little more reasonably.
In a statement, Nolan told me, "This year has brought tremendous personal and financial strain as I have worked myself to defend against allegations that I continue to deny." She added that she's proud of the work she's accomplished during her tenure. As for her interim replacement,
there'll be an interview process that'll be in public and before the full board, and the board will then make a selection and we'll move forward.
Reporting in Red Bluff, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
The Board of Supervisors has 3 months to decide who will replace Nolan. If no one is selected by January 29th, Governor Newsom would be able to appoint a replacement.
We have new details about a fire that burned through a building near the Orville Airport this morning. CAL FIRE Butte County now says it did significant damage to the business, but no one was hurt. Now, this happened just after 4 a.m. at Blue Line Technologies Manufacturing Company on Challenger Avenue. CAL FIRE says crews arrived and found heavy smoke inside the building. They cut ventilation holes in the roof to help put out the flames. The fire was out within 40 minutes. The crews stayed on scene, though, until about 9 this morning. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined. Well, the city of Chico is updating its downtown parking system after months of feedback. Action News Now reporter Emilio Del Carpio joins us now live from downtown. And Emilio, some people say they're happy that things are changing.
That's right, Alan. I've spoken to both shoppers and business owners who tell me that they hope this new system makes parking easier. However, I've spoken to others who say the current system has already drove customers away. The city is rolling out new blue and yellow signs and simplified kiosk screens, saying the goal is a clearer, quicker way to pay for parking downtown.
So I've been a business owner downtown for the past 2 years, and what I have seen and heard from people is that the kiosks are difficult to use, not user-friendly, and I know it deters many customers from coming downtown.
Well, my wife won't come down and
shop downtown because of the kiosk payment rather than the old quarters in there. But it doesn't bother me. I come down here and I use the signs are readable to me. I understand them, and I don't mind paying to park. Both Kennedy and Bailey hope the new updates make parking easier and bring more people back to downtown Chico. The city says the new signage will come up in about a few weeks. Live in Chico, Emilio Del Carpio, Action News Now.
Thanks, Emilio. Now, city officials say they'll continue to gather feedback as the new parking system goes into place. The second floor of the Shasta County Courthouse is getting ready to reopen by Monday after a broken coupler on the second floor caused flooding last May. Court officials say they still need final clearance from the Judicial Council and the State Fire Marshal. Staff members will not be available after 3 p.m. this Friday, but drop boxes will remain open.
Chico's red light cameras are about to go live. We'll tell you when the warning period starts.
But first, a major addition to the Ridge, rooting a symbol of hope. We'll bring you the story when we come back.